good afternoon, guys. This is Brett Douglas. Just wanted to bring you into the world of another project that we're involved with. Excuse me, I've been sick lately. This is the one that we started the other day when I was showing you about the CAS, the Cycad Asiatic scale that unfortunately is rendering a lot of our sagos diseased. Certainly not a healthy situation, and in this case led to the demise of these sagos in this homeowner's yard. So we're going to go ahead and remove these, and then we're going to re-sod over these areas so they can just kind of have their dogs out here and be able to take care of that. If you remember, we also had a royal palm that was over here the other day. That was a diseased royal palm that had been struck by a vehicle and was in declining health. It was about a 24-foot tall palm. We went ahead and removed that, ground the stump down, and then there's parts of it over there. And then if you remember, we were talking about, they have these beautiful 9 Florida sable palms. The sables are a pretty healthy palm tree. Basically, if you can see here, up close, we started working on just doing a light pruning. You can see quite the mess that it generates. People wonder why we charge a lot for palm trees. You know, this isn't your $15 special that, you know, the guys driving around the back of a neighborhood with a truck are doing. But anyway, you can see before we even started this project, there's a lot of these palm fronds, the dead fronds that are out in the yard, just a nuisance to your mowing. So what we recommend is you come in and with the chainsaw, we go up there. You want to go up into really about the 9 and 3 o'clock position. You don't want to hurricane them like everyone else does. That's nonsense in Florida. That kills the palms. You want to get it basically to where the level the seed pods are at. If you see on both of those that I've trimmed, there's no seed pods left in them. And I'll tell you what I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you can look up, I know we're in the sun, but if you look up into this one that I'm about to get into, you see all the brown that's in there. Those are the seed pods. And a palm tree will tell you it's really where you're going to cut to when you get up to the level of the seed pods, or right around in the heart area. That's where you want to properly prune those back. Probably every 6 months would be sufficient. But if you do that, you guarantee you won't have this mess out in your yard all the time. All this stuff right here is from where, you know, that's been falling every week. The high winds, they bend and sway real pretty in the landscape, but they're also throwing all those dead. That's what they call petticoating, when those brown fronds come down like that. Right here we have a queen palm. It's in a little bit of a disarray. The reason why this palm is not doing healthy is if you look here, the previous owners of this house basically encased this thing in concrete. So basically it's not feeling the love. Even though palms feed themselves by photosynthesis, the root structure is a fibrous type material, still needs to have water. The problem with this one is not getting sufficient water all through the trunk. It's pretty malleable. You can actually feel it. So we're going to tear out that and put a nice little ring of mulch in there for the client. Over here we have some oaks. Nonetheless, we basically just trimmed out all the new growth, the suckers and water spouts on the oak, kind of cleaned that up for them. In fact, here's where you can see one of these palm fronds fell out of this tree and burst this client's ball there. So definitely you can see these fronds everywhere. This is why we do the maintenance to palm trees. There you go, another 3 of them up there I've got to deal with. Then over here, we had a massive split-leaf philodendron garden. This is Philly Salomes, and basically it has a beautiful, beautiful yellow wisteria. And that wisteria was growing all around in there, but you couldn't see it because of all the split leaves. So what we did is we trimmed it up really nice so that the trunk would be a beautiful specimen there. We're going to rake all that out clean, going to mulch that. We're cleaning the back fence line up. You can see all the debris back there. We're actually establishing that fence line. And then over here, we had this beautiful oak over here that literally had a 13-inch main leader that had grown right in. You can actually see it grew right into that shed. Size of that limb that I took out. It actually grew in here and crushed the shed. So you can see the damage to the shed right here. And it actually went up, had damaged the roof, and was all the way over on their garage over there. So we basically got all that down. We're going to clean all that up. You can see we've kind of cleaned up the fence line here. Still have a little bit of hand work to do, and you know, we're going to spray that with a chemical for future use. But you can see we've got a trail of destruction here that we've cleaned all this up. Naturary, I'm going to get that Phillies looking good over there. And then basically got a Japanese loquat that's hiding back there. That's going to be, I'm going to do a little bit of canopy on that, just a little bit. And then basically this release this property back to the homeowners, and they'll be able to enjoy it. So we're gonna get these palms pruned up today for them, and then get my crews on the way to start picking all this debris up, and we'll be moving on to our next project. But you can see clearly, heavy, nice, heavy, nice. That's what a palm should really look like. All right, God bless y'all. We'll catch up later. Hope I feel better. Bye.